Assalamu alaikum. I just finished watching a video response to Adam Saleh, which is a Muslim director and actor, and he puts blogs up and puts up these videos about him and his family, and he also puts up awareness videos about if people would stand up for a male being abused by a female, or a woman's hijab being snatched off her head, things concerning every human being on the planet. Now, I don't know if this was serious or not, or if Adam was making fun of non-believers, but the young man in the video, I can't even be judgmental because he seemed to be one of God's special people, and that is me saying nicely that he seemed mentally dysfunctional. And the man that was behind the video, I guess closed captioning or whatever it would be called, was sensible in his speech, but not in his knowledge. He really didn't know much at all, and I don't know if this was some sort of joke or not, but I want to just get this one thing straight. Islam's not a game. It's not a joke. Nobody's belief system is a game or a joke. I come from generations of people that believed in one thing or another to get them through some extreme trials and travesties, and it worked for them. They put this belief system like roots in the ground into future generations, and we still have that to this day. Now, whether they believe in a false deity, believe in the Bible and the Zen bones, it doesn't matter what a person's belief is, in my opinion. Why? Because I'm not in charge of where they go when they die. I could care less. I'm worried about me and my soul. Would I like for everyone to be granted heaven? No, I don't know everybody. I don't want to be up there with pedophiles and rapists like that. I'm glad I'm not Allah, let's put it like that. But you're playing Allah when you degrade, make fun of, and disrespect another person's belief, cultures, or even their thoughts. That shouldn't be your concern. At the end of the day, when you lay down and rest your weary head, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with the thoughts in your head, even if you have a partner laying right beside you. That's none of your concern. Your concern should be you and where you're going. Because at the end of the judgment call, you can't decide where your family goes, where your loved ones go, where the people you don't like go. You can't decide where you go. Your actions of what happens during the time that you're alive determines where you go. Your actions cannot decipher where somebody else goes. It just doesn't work like that. And that's across board of every religion out there. Now, I, again, am fasting. It is Ramadan, and I don't really feel like fasting today. I don't. I didn't wake up on time. My Fajr was late, and that's because I went to bed with such a heavy heart last night over what happened to these men in Orlando's gay club, and I knew when I woke up this morning it was going to be just crazy. I just knew it was going to be crazy, and it was. I got people bashing Islam for what this man did because he claimed to be Muslim, or they see a picture with him dressed in a thobe and a kufi on, so he's Muslim, and he's a terrorist actor, he's a racist, he's a hater, Islam's to blame, Islam teaches you to hate. No, it doesn't. And whatever religion you're in, probably seen by somebody else from the outside, ergo me, would believe that your religion teaches you bigotry and ignorance because you don't know anything about Islam, but you're claiming that it teaches people to hate. Negative. I've studied many religions. I was a theology major, and being a theology major, it made me expand my mind because it wasn't just, oh, my belief is right, and that's it. No, that's not how I feel. And I don't think that's how any Muslim feels, because in our Quran it tells us that the closest friends that we will have believers of the Christian faith, because the monks and the priests, they live solemn, humble lives. It teaches us to read the Bible, the Injil. It teaches us to read the Torah, because these books preceded our book. So it's just a lot for me today, and I don't feel like fasting because I've got all this on my plate. And being a public figure for Muslims, especially those that are transgendered or even just lesbian Muslims, it's a lot right now when you're combating so many different ignorant ideals. And they only become ignorant when they're just, like tunnel vision, focused on their ideal being right, and they don't want to hear anything else. And that's fine. I mean, that's your choice. That's how you choose to live your life. Like I posted yesterday, like I would love to enlighten everyone, but if you choose to walk blindly, then I choose to walk away. Like that's your life. I have no control of that. At the end of the day, I control self. I've mastered self. That's all I've worried about doing, is keeping mastery of self. That's all. Still, it makes for a hard fast today. I didn't wake up with the mindset to fast. And so I don't know if my fast will even count because of that. What I'm going to do is strive, and I'm going to continue struggling for this day, because if not, then I would just have to make it up again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most merciful. I'd be able to make it up. When I have to make up 4 days anyway that I missed in the beginning. So this would just be another added on day. But if I can struggle and get through it, that's all the more greater. But if I can't, alhamdulillah, Allah says there's no compulsion in religion. I'm not going to push myself to do something that will either make me feel ill or that I'm not fully in sync with. And right now I'm not fully in sync because there's just a lot of finger pointing and bashing going on, and it's just, you get bashed for being Muslim, and then bashed for being gay, and bashed for being black, bashed for being a woman, and then bashed for being a gay black Muslim woman that happens to be transgender. It's just whoa. It's just whoa. So I'm like I said, I'm going to strive and struggle, but because I know that my heart isn't into it today, I'm just gonna have to make this day up. I'm gonna do something good, inshallah, for someone. Hopefully I've done something good through this video. And I'm going to read my Quran. I'm going to just spend some time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I need that time right now. And I'm going to have my eyes and my ears open for anyone that has questions, anyone that's angry, anyone that needs a sounding board for what's going on. This isn't the first gay attack. It won't be the last. It isn't the first Islamic attack. It won't be the last. It's just the cycle needs to change, and that is what I'm reaching out to do, help enlighten people and change the cycle. I had to stop an Islamic bashing earlier today because of the Orlando tragedy, and it befuddles me how people put 2 and 3 together and it equals 4. I just, it does, it befuddles me because one thing has really nothing to do with the other. When you first open the book, the Quran, this book right here, you first open this book, the first thing you read is most gracious, most merciful. It is written over 1,000,000 times in the Quran. There's no way that this book here could teach you how to hate. For one, it's just a book. It's just a book. It's a book that is valued by people, Muslim and non-Muslim, all around the world, but it's still just a book. It doesn't hold a gun to your head. It doesn't give you nightmares at night if you don't do what it says. Why? Because Allah, who this book teaches us about, subhanahu wa ta'ala, has given us freedom of choice. We are free human beings. If you choose to submit to Islam, if you choose to realize that you are a slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and can't do anything without the guidance of the highest, most high, and you choose to give yourself fully to Him, then alright, that's what this book teaches you. It teaches you that your Most High is most merciful, most gracious, and has given all of His mercy to mankind, but kept the most for Himself to give back to us, mankind. So, how this book could teach anyone to hate, I don't know. There are surahs specifically drawn to people of a hardened heart. There are surahs, chapter, and ayat means verses. There are ayat, verses in this Quran that people will not agree with. If you don't know how to read the Arabic, the English will get you twisted. It will. Just like the Torah. When I first read the translation of the Torah, I said, no, this is not going to work for me. Just like the Bible, my stars, the Bible, even though I read it in the Greek, it still had me twisted. That's because it had so many different authors, so many different mindsets. But if you don't read it in its language, in its original form, you're going to get twisted because, let's face it, English isn't even a language. A language is something whole and complete that does not shift. If I can write up a new word and send it in the Webster's dictionary, and next year it'll be a new word in the dictionary, that's not a language. You can't do that with Aramaic. You can't do that with any other real language. So yes, the English will get you twisted, but that's just to say that you have to read it and comprehend it for yourself in its proper form. But again, I digress. I've had a very long morning, and it's not even 12 o'clock in the afternoon yet. I've had a very long morning. I am going to read my juice. Please, comments, questions, hit me up, register below. Assalamu alaikum.